Okay guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make edits to PSD number 1. So go into your main folder. Remember, Windows users, you'll be going into C drive, go into PSDs, Square Ads volume 1, and then open up number 1 PSD. Okay, I'm going to double click it. You can right click and open with, or within Photoshop you can go file, open and browse that way. Now excuse me, it's important to look at how this is set on your layers panel here, because when we close this PSD it must be the same. So the on sale text layer must be highlighted, just by clicking it like that, so it's a different shade of grey, and all these folders are minimized and all eyes are switched on. Okay, so you just need to remember that, because when we put it back, we need to put it back as we found it. So first of all, with your logo and stuff, the other PSDs, I think I'll put a proper folder in, but I must have forgotten to do it on this one, which isn't a problem. We can just pop it in somewhere else. So what you need to do, open up one of these folders. Let's go limited edition, highlight the layer limited edition text, and then what I'm going to do is grab my logo and just drag and drop it in. Okay, now you could use other graphics. It doesn't have to be your logo, it could be anything else that you want on here, but you know, obviously your logo, you're kind of branding it here with your logo. So when we drag and drop it in, we can grab and move it around. It's in free transform, which is why you see the little squares at the corner of everything, which means we can grab and resize it if we want to. So just do your sizing and positioning. When you're happy, you can click over here in this empty space or press enter. If you want to change it again for any reason, the size, well, first of all, position, you can select this crosshairs move tool from the toolbar on the left. You can just grab it, oops, wrong one. You can just grab it and move it around. Put that layer back. That was the shading layer there, by the way. Okay, I just missed the logo. There you go. You can grab it and move it around. If you want to put it back into free transform to change the size, just press Command T or Control T on Windows, Command T on Mac, Control T Windows, and then you can resize it again if you want to do any changes. Next, if you want to add some extra text, now you can do this whether you've added your logo or not, but within this folder, let's either select the logo or the limited edition, whichever is at the top. Select your text tool from over here, and then I'm just going to click in the canvas area. I'm going to go www.designsforpod.com. okay, just put your website URL in there. Again, you can put any text in there you want, it doesn't matter if it's that. What I'm going to do is put my cursor in and triple click to highlight it all, and then I'm going to change the color up here to white so we can see what's going on. You can change it to whatever color you want, and I'll show you a bit more about that in a second. With all of the text selected, if we hover over these two T's, we can drag left and right, and we can resize this text. Still with our text tool selected, if I move my cursor away from the text, you can see my cursor turns into a crosshairs, which means I can move it. So while I'm still in the text tool, and if you want to change the font, highlight it, and up here you can choose whichever fonts are installed on your computer. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that one because that's just easy now. Okay, so remember, you can put within this little limited edition text folder, you can expand it and you can put another image in there, most likely a logo, and you can put some extra text in there. So whatever text you want in there, then you can put in there. Now, doing it this way, you're kind of branding it. So once you've done it once, then you can just set it and forget it, and then your PSDs are all done, and you know, they'll always have your branding on. So with changing colors and stuff of everything else, another way to work out what is where in these folders is use this move tool, and if I just click on something on the canvas area, you can see it pops these folders open. So I can see, if I just switch the eye on off, that is that there, like that. Okay, now by the way, if we wanted to kill this button altogether, we would not switch it off here. This will switch everything off in the folder. Okay, if I expand it, if I wanted to get rid of that button altogether, I would open the folder and then switch everything off in the folder, close the folder and leave that on, so that Photoshop doesn't get confused. Okay, so anything within a folder, you can open the folder and just kill it inside, and then leave the eye as you found it, whether it was on or off. Changing the colors, Oh, and by the way, I forgot about the text. So let's do it this way. With the text, you can either have your text tool selected and highlight it all and use this color picker box to change the color of it, or changing this text or anything else in Photoshop with the layer selected, which is over here. We can double click on this empty gray area here and we can add a color overlay and then click OK. Once we've added the color overlay, we can then double click the words. We get a color picker box where we can then change the color. So we're going to be using these on some of the other elements on this canvas, and if there's anything on there that doesn't have a color overlay that you want to change the color of, that's all you need to do is, just one more time, you double click the empty area, you select color overlay, okay, you click OK, and then you double click the words color overlay, and then you can get the color picker box and then you can change the color. So you can do that for absolutely anything in Photoshop. And this is how we change the colors of the stuff that's already in here as well. So let's just minimize everything up. Okay, and we use our crosshairs. Let's say we wanted to change this bar around the outside, and I just noticed my shading is off. Let's click that little bar there, so it's the side frame. We can see this has already got a color overlay on. It has this little FX icon right in the corner. If we click the arrow, it has a drop shadow and a color overlay. If we double click the words color overlay, we can change the color of it. So let's perhaps go bright green just so we can see it like that. Okay, it has a drop shadow on. I put a drop shadow on this because you don't notice it so much when it's like this, but when let's just try and get that set just right. But when for instance you've got something with a white background in, because this was set to white, you don't see it. But in fact, can I show you this? Let me just put an extra layer in, a color layer, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. And let's turn the color overlay off, so you can, well, it's not 100% white layer, but you can see if it was completely white behind, this drop shadow just makes that white stand out a little bit more. Okay, it's perhaps not the greatest example, but it does work. Yeah, so with text, this on sale text now, on sale now text, any of this text, you can select your text tool, you can put your cursor in, and you can just type what you want. Oops. Okay, again, if you want to resize this, you can highlight all of the text either by dragging like I did there, triple clicking will also select it, and then you can resize the text if needed, and you can also recolor the text if needed as well, like that. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for this one. You know how to turn the button off, you can add your logo, you can change the color of everything. Let's just check the background here. Yeah, so the background I put color overlays on, which is actually switched off. But if you want to change the color of these backgrounds, it's kind of split into two halves on this one. Okay, let's just pick two random colors. This one here, we can click color fill in there. Okay, so if you want to, you can change up those colors. Look, man, that looks pretty cool actually, like that. I like those colors. And then remember, once you've finished your edits, you've got to put everything back as we found it. So that's all the folders minimized, all the eyes were on, and the on sale text layer was highlighted. Then go ahead, hit close and hit save. Okay, so like I say, once you've customized it, and while I just talk, I'm going to run ad set 1. Okay, once you customized it, you only need to do it once. Okay, so if you put your logo and stuff in, it might seem a pain at first, but then you will have your own set of actions branded to your website. So you can see here we got flash sale, we got our logo in, and then we got the one without the flash sale on there as well. Okay, so that is numero uno, and in the next video we'll take a look at number 2. Okay, thanks guys, bye for now.